Ooh, what was that, David?
I almost failed. I almost fucked that up.
All right. Welcome back to another 3D podcast.
I forgot.
I'm Rocha,
I'm Lalo.
I'm Davito.
and we're all gay.
Up the butt.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially for each other.
1950s gay. Happy?
So, yeah. Let's see. Last time we left off, I'm pretty sure we talked about them. I talked about eating that habanero. And
There's been a little delay on that.
Yeah. We were
But it
supposed to
will
do that
happen.
last week.
It will happen. And we've discovered that now that DJ, if that's the preferred name you...
John. It was
Or
John.
John?
We
Alright.
changed it to
Right.
John.
It's Rocha, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it was
Rocha now?
Rocha.
My bad. Okay.
Rocha's
okay.
my last name. I mean, it's so much
You
easier.
don't have to know that.
Don't call me DJ.
So we've...
Call me Daddy.
So
Daddy J.
Rocha lost the first one.
Yeah,
I was accused of losing the second one.
Accused? We
Yeah.
have
Dude,
facts. I have
we
facts.
know the truth.
I have
So-
facts.
so
You
now-
chose the Seahawks and you lost.
I chose the Seahawks too, bro.
And
but I
that's
didn't
why you
lose.
lost too. You came in second.
You know what? You can go home now.
I only had 2
So
losses.
it's a double loss. So
Yeah.
it'll be the next painful cast.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 of us eating this.
So far, I gotta do something, which is probably eat a habanero, and now Davey does probably
and
have to do
the
something.
trivia too. Remember, we got to give you a trivia
Yeah.
while you're eating the habanero.
See, we're very unorganized. We don't even know what the hell we're gonna do yet. So like we
Oh,
have
I
to
know.
organize
Well-
that. We have to figure out what David's challenge is gonna be.
Is it going to be like
'Cause-
5 minutes of pain or 10 minutes of pain, or do you want to do a trivia where, like, one person? It's like what's it called, like Family Feud when they're facing off.
I was going for more like Price is Right.
Okay, Price is Right. Oh, dude, imagine having to do like a Jeopardy
Oh,
style
dude.
with your lips burning. Never mind. I'm giving you too many ideas for this shit. No, I don't.
What is?
So yeah.
So
whenever-
we didn't do football picks this week because we are
were too late.
recording today on a Saturday, and Thanksgiving, which we're about to talk about soon, already had 3 games pass, and none of us chose teams.
Even though for the record, all my teams won on Thanksgiving.
For the record.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, same. Yeah, same.
So,
For the record, Cowboys lost. I'm happy.
Yeah, you know what? The Cowgirls could just suck a fat dick.
You know what it is? I hate their fan base, dude.
I do too.
They always complain like, "Oh, well, if we had an offensive line to back up Dak, or if we had a running back because our running back's out of thing."
You know
It's
what
like-
I hate? I hate when all these fucking piece of shit assholes are on Snapchat posting every time Seahawks lose. They're all, "Oh, look at this! It's a good day for me today. They're losing. The Seattle Seahawks are losing."
That was me.
Woohoo!
That was me. I
Yeah.
posted. Actually, I did on Snapchat.
Yeah,
I know
actually,
you
you
did
did.
it,
Field
but I know
goal?
a lot of other people did
But-
it too. Everybody hates the Seahawks so bad, dude. It's kind of getting to me
I don't hate them.
annoyingly. It's
I don't hate 'em.
annoying me now.
I actually like them now.
It's cool to hate. Remember how like for the past 10 years it's been cool to hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
So now the Hawks are kind of on that wagon. So
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is-
and then the thing is, okay, so there's this girl, she's on her Snapchat. Oh, yay, the Seahawks are losing, but this is the same week that Dak Prescott, she's a Dallas fan. Dak Prescott gets sacked like 8 times that
Oh
game,
my god!
and then they go and lose again. Oh my god, and they get so
I
beat
ha-
so bad, and like, where do you have room to talk? Like, you just hate Seattle that much. It doesn't matter what your team's doing. But you just gotta hate on the Seahawks and Seahawks fans and who love Seattle. It's
which
just
yeah,
bugs
it's
the fuck
interesting
out of me.
because like we had that nice rivalry with the Niners for a couple years, but after they started sucking, it was like no longer fun. They play them again this weekend, and
Yep.
I'm not gonna talk shit because it's no longer fun to talk shit
Yeah.
if your team's if you're going up against the shitty teams. It's like I can't like bury them.
and you know what sucks is
So-
that they're still going to be broadcast as America's Game on Fox.
Is it really?
Is it on Fox? I don't even know what channel it's going to be on, but if it's on
NBC's.
Fox, I guarantee you it's going to be the America's Game of the Week.
Oh yeah, Fox does America's Game of the Week because like NBC does like America's Game or
Oh,
some
yeah.
sort.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forget what. They're just trying to get that bald eagle
Mm-hmm.
stroking all over the European.
But yeah, let's talk about let's one more thing about the Seahawks. They fucked up. They fucked up real bad.
Balls.
It's embarrassing, but it's okay.
You know, it's not all on their kicker.
No,
I gotta blame
wasn't
it on. I gotta blame it
was
on
the
the
play
call.
call.
I gotta call it the play call. You know, Pete Carroll tried to go fancy to go into halftime, and then and you're gonna blame it on kicker. You should play better. Your team has to play better. You can't rely on a kicker.
The week before, I blamed the fucking kicker big time, but this week it wasn't so much his fault, other than the bad play call.
Yeah,
That was a horrible play call. Why would you call that kind of shit a fake fucking punt or a fake field goal? when you could easily get 3 points right there.
Yeah, at the half, and even if you're down, you got the 3 points, and that's good momentum.
That's what they needed at the end of the game to go overtime. They could have had a chance to win.
Yeah, and
stupid ass.
I remember watching the play, and I was like, it'd be pretty fun to see a trick play, but they should go for 3 points. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, it'd be fun to see a trick play, but they need the 3 points. And then the trick play happens, and it was before I can even finish my thought, like, what are they doing? Like, it was over. It was such a bad. Like, just it wasn't executed good at all. Like, and the way Atlanta's defense was playing, you don't fuck around with trick plays. Like, go for your points, because Atlanta's defense was vicious. Like, I was, at least for the first half, I was like, holy crap! Like, these guys, they want to take us out. Yeah. Like, they're putting pressure on.
Well, that was fucking Monday's the game. That's like considered last week's stuff, so we don't have to continue.
Let me just. No,
we don't gotta hear anything else.
Let me just bring up one thing though. Let me just bring up one thing about this. And this has not been talked about at all. Atlanta has Julio Jones, one of the best wide receivers in the league, and Seattle has no corners. All of them are injured, so they're working on backups. They held Julio Jones to like 60-some yards. Yeah. So that's impressive. I just want to throw that out.
The thing is, he hasn't produced very much all year. I don't think.
Well, that's true.
He hasn't had one touchdown all year.
That's true. He has one. He got one 2 weeks ago.
I think he has 0.
Julio Jones?
I don't think he scored one.
Yeah, he has one touchdown. He got it like 2 weeks ago. But I just wanted to bring up that, I mean, for a secondary that's not starters, they held Julio in check. So I think that's a big plus for the Seahawks side.
Yeah, that's pretty nice
for the defense.
See.
I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, Julio Jones is.
But I have him on my fantasy, and he's only accumulated one touchdown, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I was gonna look that up, but I trust you.
Who were they playing against a couple weeks ago?
It was boom.
Yeah, he's got one touchdown.
Boom.
I thought he had a touchdown against Seattle, but then I was wrong.
No, he only had like 30 yards.
Mohamed Sanu.
He only had 30 yards for like the first half of it, but he had like a big 24-yard catch in garbage time.
That's crazy how.
But they held him in check, and
he's been being put in check from everybody, man. He just isn't doing shit.
But I'm just saying, as a backup to the backups,
yeah,
and you keeping him in check still. I mean, it's a big accomplishment.
Maybe he's on the way out. Maybe
Julio Jones.
Yeah, maybe
he's just having a bad year. Matt Ryan he's very back and forth. He's wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Last year was their peak, and I don't see them going back.
He's also a throwing quarterback too, though.
He's
known for his arm, and that's when I think Atlanta, I think throwing. So.
Well, they have rushing too, but it's just for me. I think Matt Ryan's really mediocre.
Matt Ryan?
Yep.
Bold words.
He's got I don't know, man.
He's mediocre, man.
He's usually thrown for a ton of yards every game, don't he?
No, they're not winning the games.
That's what I say. When I think of him, I think passing. Like Matt Ryan for me is a passing quarterback.
This week and last week they didn't have Devonta Freeman. He's out with concussion. This week he's not playing again, so they're gonna be throwing it a lot more. They're gonna be leaning on Tevin Coleman in the running game.
Tevin Coleman's a decent backup. He's
not
no scrub. He could carry a game or two.
Yeah, I got him on.
But when you have
both leagues, I got him starting in one of them.
But when you have Matt Ryan and you have a couple of good receivers, I mean, like I said, Julio Jones, you got Sanu. And you got that Taylor Gabriel. They're no scrubs. I mean, he has the options. And they have a decent tight end in that Hooper. So, we'll see.
Yep. Well, fuck them.
Fuck Atlanta.
They fucking suck.
Fuck Cowboys. Fuck Cowboys.
So, did you guys actually manage to watch any of the Turkey games?
No.
I did. I watched some of it. Like, some of them.
Yeah.
Like, not the full beginning to end games. But I started the first game at home. Ended up at my mom's house and, watched the second game. I forget who it was who was playing on that one.
Was it Dallas? Yeah.
Dallas had the second.
I watched the second half of that.
Yeah, dude, it was.
And that was
okay, so I've had Dak Prescott fucking on my league all year long. I dropped him this week.
Wow,
I dropped his ass. I'm so glad I did.
I traded for him a couple weeks ago. I didn't start him last week, thank God, because in my league he would have only gotten like 1.8 points.
1.8 points. I had him started last week, but I still won my matchup.
I didn't start him against the Eagles defense. I knew the Eagles were gonna tear him up.
Yep, and then I was like, I don't trust this fool. Thankfully, I didn't because I dropped his ass. And you know how I'm kind of forced to pick up Cam Newton.
I thought you were gonna say his name for some reason.
Yeah, I'm hoping he has a big game at least. They have a matchup against the Jets, I think.
This year's tough for him. I mean, he's kind of coming around, but he's been figured out. His confidence is low.
Well, they just traded away his number one receiver, and then Christian McCaffrey's not getting the touches that he should be getting.
I think they're going to use him more.
But
They're
they
starting
finally,
to establish his
12 weeks later, yeah.
I mean, we'll give him time. I mean, I think that he might have a good game. I have him, but I'm not starting him because I'd rather start other people. But, yeah, I think he's going to have a good game. But then, who knows? They're getting Greg Olsen back this week, too.
That's right.
Greg Olsen's coming back on tight end.
The night game was the Giants versus who?
Oh, the Redskins.
That game was boring as fuck.
I didn't really care for that.
The first half was so slow.
It was.
I almost wanted to talk to my family for Thanksgiving. But no, it was such a... And then I think it kind of picked up a little bit towards the end just because the score was so close. But it was such a fucking slow game.
Yeah, that game blew balls, dude. Blue balls. But I did pick up their running back, P. Ryan, because Chris Thompson broke his leg. Washington's running back, P. Ryan. I started him. He got me first half, no points. Second half, I think he rushed for like 113 yards or something like that. So I got 13 points. His name's Samaje P. Ryan.
Okay, Perrine. Okay, I thought you said P. Ryan. Like
P. Ryan.
Ryan.
Or just P. Ryan.
It's Samari Perrine.
Samaje or something like that.
Yeah, he's a rookie from I want to say Oklahoma.
Yeah, last week he had 21 touches, something like that. And I think he did it again this week. So
yeah, they were saying he's gonna finally break through.
yeah, because he has the chance. Chris Thompson, like I said.
Chris Thompson's out. Who's there? The starting running back. He's out too.
Yep.
Matt Jones. Is it still Matt Jones? No, it's not Matt Jones.
I don't know. I'm not sure. There was another one though. I forget who.
But yeah, he's been out. So they're down to the third running back.
So that game blew. But anyways, other than that, we had a bunch of food.
What'd you have? Was it turkey or ham?
So we did turkey. The classic stuff. We had some stuffing, corn. All that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin pie afterwards.
Oh God.
And tons of alcohol.
Dude,
Nice.
pumpkin pie.
So much alcohol. You know what? There was pumpkin pie, and I was too busy drinking alcohol that I didn't even get to eat any pumpkin pie.
Oh.
Yeah.
No
Was it
pumpkin pie for
Costco?
me. It was
Oh,
big
God.
ass one.
I
Oh,
love Costco pie.
Costco
we
pie.
had-
Hell yeah.
Actually, we still have pie in the fridge.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go raid your kitchen after this.
So there we have you know what? No one's gone into it, so for sure have at it.
Oh, dude.
So we had that, and then being Mexican, of course. One of my favorite desserts is flan. So
every year you're always talking about your
I
flan.
love flan, and it's always this time of the year.
Yeah.
We got
Flan.
unlimited supply of flan.
I remember when I had this old girlfriend. This is when I used to drink all the time. We'd go drink and then we'd go to like El Mirador afterwards, and we'd always like, "Oh, give me your greatest flan you have." And we'd always, that was like always the thing. We're like, "Give me your best flan in town, please."
Yeah. Give me the best flan you got.
But yeah, flan, that's
Flan.
good stuff. What about you? Would you have turkey or ham?
Yeah, no,
Or do you have tamales?
we had actually both turkey, tamales, no ham.
Oh my God.
Ham is usually like a Christmas thing, and
For you guys? Okay.
Yeah, and I love ham.
Yeah.
We
Pork
do
is
tamales
the shit.
for Christmas.
Dude, tamales are the shit.
Actually, not to cut you off, but my mom and sisters, and my wife also, they rolled 200 tamales today.
Oh, my
shit.
God.
I saw that on Snapchat.
Yeah.
What the hell? I need it. I don't have it on
Yeah,
Snapchat. What's going on here?
Anybody
yeah.
wants some
I have to
tamales?
learn
This broadcast is brought to you by
Tamales.
Mexican women.
The Mexican women rolling tamales.
It's sponsored by the Corn Husks. Get
So
your
it's-
Corn Husks at your local
What do they call
Safeway.
them?
Corn Husks.
Guachis or what? There's another name for those freaking.
Hojas.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
What is
I
it?
can't remember. Oh, hojas like the leaves. Is
No,
that
that's
you
not
guys
what it
talking
is.
about? Okay,
Is that what
never
it is?
mind.
No.
That's what I thought it was called. Something like that.
Can.
I
But
almost want to say swaraches, but that's not right. That's not right at all.
no, it's not.
Okay.
We had two birds.
Jesus Christ,
Ooh.
man.
We had stuffing.
No
Of
wonder
course
you guys
we're-
have all these birds back here.
Oh, those no, they're just chilling. And then of course Mexican. So you had bean rice. The rice was on point. There was a shortage of rice this year for us. It was a very sad time. We had a couple. We have a couple white people in the family, so they definitely enjoy the Mexican rice because it's seasoned.
Hell yeah.
So like
Seasoned Mexican rice. My wife makes some pretty
yeah.
bomb ass rice.
so
Not gonna lie.
it's just the joke. The whole white people don't season anything.
No.
But like
Maybe it's because Asian people don't put nothing in their rice.
Well, they don't.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true.
But yeah, we had rice and they went in on it. They finished the hell out of it.
You guys drink, do a little drink, little drink.
Not necessarily, which was like it was weird. I think my brother drank some Angry Orchards. I didn't really drink anything at all.
Everybody's getting too old, dude. Nobody's bringing over the bottles anymore.
The problem is like that's exactly what it is, and I don't have too many cousins my age, so it's tough. And the only thing I can do is start getting some of these 12 and 13-year-olds drunk with me, but that doesn't look too good. So I can't do that.
Dude, you know that's how old they start, especially during holidays, man.
But yeah,
get your little cousins all fucked up.
Yeah,
sneaking a drink here, drink there. That's what they look up to, like your older cousins. You know,
they'll have stories. Maybe I should do that. Just, I remember that one time we were drunk. Yeah, and then I had to go to school the next day, and it was like a quiz.
How about you, Lalo? How was it? How was the tea day?
It was pretty great. Me and David came back from Seattle that day, so I lucked out on not having to make any food. So when I got home, pretty much the food was all ready. We just had ham. It's just me, my mom, and my brother, so we have a really small family. And we had ham and potato salad and
potato salad's good.
Deviled eggs and freaking pumpkin pie. You know, we had small other things too, but that's like the main stuff. And we killed that Costco pie like ASAP. Like pumpkin pie in our family, it'll go quick. Trust me.
Pumpkin pie is really fucking good. I used to love cheesecake, kind of, and I kind of consider that somewhat of a pie-ish.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah,
but I got kind of tired of it.
They sell it right next to all the other real pies.
Yeah. But aside from so pumpkin's the shit, but I think I just prefer apple. Maybe just a hair more.
I don't like apple pie.
I don't care for apple pie.
And people are like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
I don't care for apple.
I just don't like it.
As soon as you said that, that's exactly what crossed my mind. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know why. It's a texture thing, maybe.
that could be it. I can understand that.
It's got to be.
One pet peeve I have, and my mom and my brother were like religious about this, is they freeze their Cool Whip.
Freeze it?
Yeah, they freeze it. They put it in the freezer. The Cool Whip, you know, you put it over the pumpkin pie, and they
like
always freeze it.
Like, do they
freeze it? They put the jar in, you know, the Cool Whip. The Cool Whip. and they put it in the freezer, and I go in the fridge to look for the Cool Whip to put on my pumpkin pie, and like, oh, it's in the freezer. Like, why is it in the freezer? I don't want ice cream on my freaking pumpkin pie. I want Cool Whip. I want it nice and whippy. So it's like this. It's not.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but we have a separate freezer, so it's not all the way like super high and chilled or whatever. So it's gonna be a little bit like harder, but it's not frozen. And I put on my pumpkin pie. I mean, it's still good, but it's more solid. It's not like whippy like you want it to enjoy your pumpkin pie. But it's still pretty good. But I'd rather have it like my Cool Whip in the fridge.
Just a little bit off topic. Someone on my Snapchat put a picture of a pumpkin pie, and they put whip on it, but it was at the end of the can. So so they put the picture up and like kind of when you put the whip on, and it's at the end and all stuff. And it literally just looked like what I thought they meant was like when you're out of whipped cream and you just went to the nearest guy you can find and tell him to fucking just come on top of the pie. It looked horrible. I was like, why would you put that on there? You're just waiting for people to just start saying a bunch of shit.
That's horrible.
Funny.
That's bad.
But okay, so the pie thing, and you brought up ice cream.
Yeah, on apple pie.
I nenever got the ice cream on pie. And I've heard about
scoop ice cream on top of the apple pie. They have a name for it too, man. There's a fucking actual name for it.
Is it? Because I was
like pie a la mode or something like that, like a la mode.
Is
that what it is? I think it's what it is. A la mode.
I mean, we could look this up to be 100%
and
sure, but I'm gonna put my money on you.
I've seen it in like when you go to like buffets. Like I used to go to the buffet for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we'd go to the Legends because, like I said, we have a small family and we don't like to cook because my mom's working, I work usually, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it put a la mode.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
And they put ice cream.
Have you guys ever heard of ice cream like on waffles and stuff too?
Yeah.
Because I also found that to be kind of strange.
I've done it. We have a Waffles Cafe here and Greatest Waffles in Yakima. But they have a couple with ice cream. You can get like a banana split waffle.
I'm trying to figure out so how would I look for...
Just type up pie a la mode. Like
pumpkin, see what that
apple
is.
pie a la mode.
I don't know how to spell a la mode.
Space.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And then
I was over not alcohol, but I was over.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom.
So
a little caramel on top.
Boom.
That actually
little
looks pretty
drizzle.
good.
Yeah.
A little
I mean, that
caramel.
looks pretty fucking good. I wish I liked apple pie.
But usually they heat up the pie, and then put the ice cream that's cold. For some reason, it's a good mix. Because my mom likes to do it with her
Yeah.
pecan pie. She puts ice cream.
Look at how good that looks, man. That reminds me, American Pie.
We're gonna have to go get some dessert after this,
Gonna have to fuck
Go
a
to
pie.
Sherry's.
Dude, let's get like 3 pies each.
and we're gonna all
We'll
fuck them.
each just go fuck them.
We're gonna all fuck them.
Does pizza pie count?
Dude, ice cream. How about my cream?
I tried it with a pizza pie, and that doesn't work because cheese gets in my hole. Yeah, and it's still hot. So
Speaking of cheese, it's very simple to make this. It's called lasagna. You guys maybe heard of it. Me and my wife decided to try making it because we never actually just done it,
Yeah.
just went for it and made it. And we made some, dude, and it was freaking awesome. And I'm still eating it to this day because we get so hearty. It fills you up so much. There's been leftovers all over the goddamn place.
Have you ever tried making your own pizza?
Yeah, we tried that the other day. I think the dough we chose, it was like the Pillsbury dough in the can.
Oh,
It was for
okay, yeah.
pizza. It was pizza dough.
I've tried that
I
one.
recommend making your own dough, and I've done it before. Whatever recipe you find, make sure that it follows that. Because the first time I made, excuse me, I burped. First time I made pizza dough, I did a recipe for 4 pies. So I decided, that's a lot of dough. I don't really think 4 pizza pies. So I split the dough up to 2. I came out with basically a loaf of bread with like cheese and shit on it.
Yummy.
So, but making your own, using your own dough and stuff, it's not too hard. The hardest part is just kind of making sure it gets its time to mature and then working with it.
That the kneading, right?
Yeah.
When you're beating into it.
Yeah. But
I like to beat into it.
Just beat it.
real deep.
Mhm.
But I definitely recommend.
Oh, your own dough.
Yeah. Just like experiment with it. Just give it a try.
Yeah.
See.
Well, because like the flavor of this Pillsbury dough in a can thing, it was really shitty.
It kind of tastes more biscuity, right?
Yeah, it was not that great, honestly. And then like we made it with mushrooms and pepperoni, and it was toppings were on point, but the dough was definitely not.
Yeah, it's
No.
not really made for pizzas. It's more of a biscuit kind of texture, and
Yeah,
you get that.
I mean, it
crispy,
said on the
flaky.
can it said pizza dough, so my wife bought it. But I mean, have you guys seen those like almost pre-baked ones hanging from like
the bubble.
oh
just
yeah,
hanging
yeah,
there?
definitely seen those, yeah.
yeah, maybe one of those would be good.
I've never tried any of those at all, so I have no idea if those are good or not.
The
The ones that you can kind of get and they're already kind of like toasted up. All you do is put
Yeah.
toppings on them and there's.
I think we
Yeah.
tried it one time. The Boboli, I think that's the brand it's called. And this is like a couple years back, and we made a pizza, and the dough is pretty bland. There's no flavor to it, so you're just getting basic. I mean, like David said, it's better to make your own. I think if you make your own, you have that more feeling like, man, I put my heart and soul into this.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit of you in there. Especially like if you don't wash your hands after you like go to the use the bathroom, so you
There's
have a little bit of
definitely
the.
I think
you
you can
inside.
get
You know what I mean?
yeast infection if you do that because you have to use yeast.
It's
So don't-
fine.
Okay, it's
It's
fine. Okay.
You're still alive. Look at you. You're here.
No, yeah, definitely do that. It's fun, and then like, it's almost like a fun little thing you can do too. Like, and because the first pizza I made, like homemade, 100% homemade, except for the cheese, because I'm not gonna lactate and make my own homemade cheese.
You might lactate.
I might. My tits are big.
We're
enough.
waiting for it.
Is that what everyone's here for?
Yeah. Dude, I'm
So-
bringing Oreos over next time. Better be ready.
All right. Exclusive homemade cheese. So yeah, the first ones I made because I didn't do what they recommended to do with the dough, which was split into 4 instead of 2. I almost felt like not making dough again. But it's just kind of one of those things where I did it, and the second time I did it, I was like, all right, 4 pizzas, because this recipe was for 4.
Yeah.
They came out great, and it just once you kind of get that down, then it just opens up. All right, so that's taken care of. Now I can make fancy fucking pizza. Now I can make pizzas with all these toppings and all this stuff. So it's just like even if your first attempt sucks, like that's fine. Like
Never give up.
yeah, exactly. So
Never
because
surrender.
I literally was like, fuck, dude, I fucked this up. Like, dude, this is like bread. Like that's not what I wanted. So like the fact that I went back and did it again, I was glad I did. So if you want to do something, don't stop. So next time is like I'm gonna do pasta. I don't know how I'm gonna fuck it up. I'll fuck the pasta.
I'm
So-
pretty sure there's a good way, and we had this thing with your brother when he made the chicken Alfredo. Was it chicken Alfredo or?
Yeah, it was Alfredo.
So make sure you use a good sauce. Don't use that ragu stuff. Cause
So how do you get the good sauce? What's that?
so just don't use ragu.
So like some
Be willing to
go
be
to
willing.
like the
Be
expensive
willing.
side
No,
of
no,
town.
no. Just be willing to fork over the 50 more cents.
Dude, I'll go
50
over
cents
to
more.
Domino's and be like, give me a little cup of your sauce, boys.
Just 50 cents more, and you get the the Newmans. That's fine.
Oh, the guy with his face on the can.
Or if you want to be really fancy, you get that Bartoli's or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah,
it's a personal preference thing,
But-
and if you're making something, I think you should get a little fancier because you're treating yourself.
Yeah, because that ragu
just
stuff is
treat
like
yourself.
really
Treat
watery.
yourself.
For me, that ragu is really watery. Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Treat yourself. I love that. Tom Haverford
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, he's hilarious.
and Retta. But yeah, like I said, ragu, it's too watery. I used to use it for like pasta sauce or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's kind of a low end
And it's just-
sauce.
Just fork over the 50 cents and
Did you
just
guys
go
ever
over.
see the ragu ads where the kid walked into on his parents like having sex?
What? Oh,
What?
ragu
well,
having
I'll
sex.
show you guys that after we wrap up.
And
the
if you're
podcast,
listening
but-
to this, make sure to look up
Yeah.
ragu parents fucking.
yeah, and
on
it's
YouTube.
funny as hell because I think I honestly want to say it's a real ad, but it's just kind of like who the fuck was in charge of like
So wait, let me
The
guess. The
PR.
parents are like making some food. They're like, "Ooh, this sauce.
Making
no,
it
I
on
think,
it.
I think
Ooh,
the kid
this sauce."
I think like the kid was looking for his parents or something like that.
Where's the ragu?
And then he goes upstairs, and I think they kind of either hint on like you can kind of hear something, just for a brief second because it's advertising and stuff, and you see the kid's face, and you can tell he's like just like whoa, like just traumatized. And it's the funniest thing ever, and I'm
God.
surprised that was an actual commercial.
Yeah.
But don't eat ragu.
Just fork over the 50 cents more, please. This is a public service announcement.
PSA.
Please fork over 50 cents more and just get Newman's.
I think next time I'm gonna get some better sauce
Oh
But yeah,
because I used ragu on the last pizza.
But yeah, if you
Actually, not on the pizza, the lasagna.
The first time I made pizzas, I decided not to use like a pizza sauce or tomato sauce, and I decided to make my own, which
damn.
was a bad idea.
You
as
trying
well.
to make your own pizza sauce?
Yeah, and
Damn.
it
Man,
was
that's for little Italian women to be doing, man. What's wrong with
I
you?
don't know. I'm a fat Mexican motherfucker. So,
What do you know about fucking the tomato
I
sauce?
don't
I
know.
don't know how to
I, just,
fuck-
I played some
Ooh.
Italian music in the
Ooh.
background. Maybe I thought that would help.
You're watching
No.
Godfather and shit.
Exactly. He's just like, okay, that one's gonna come out perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and then like that fucking sucked because like I thought I knew what I was doing, but no, I didn't.
Welcome to 3D Podcast, guys, where we talk about tomato sauce the whole
dude.
time.
So like now it's just kind of like that's another thing I failed at. So next time I'm gonna that's my next thing is like not to give up on a good sauce.
Yeah.
Work on it.
Yeah.
Work on it.
Good
So, yeah.
sauce. Yeah, so that was my lasagna story.
That's gonna be the
I had
episode.
some lasagna today. Like,
Nice.
I had some today.
I love
Pasta,
lasagna.
man.
Yep.
Pasta.
Carbs.
The Italians got it, man.
Actually, I was not gonna say this on the cast, but I could say it. I guess. I actually thought about doing the keto diet.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I was.
okay. Heard of it.
I'm more on the wagon now. We're like, I should give it an honest shot. Not forever, but for a good while.
Give it like a month or so, see how it works.
Even
I heard
month
good
seems
things,
too
man. So I heard of people that have done it and lost quite a bit of
Mhm.
LBs.
There's a subreddit for it, and it's tough because you're not getting glucose. So glucose is what helps your brain and all that positivity stuff. So it's really dependent on fats. And I've seen people you can have bacon, which
Mhm.
I'm like, oh fuck, I'm sold.
Dude,
All right, cool.
bacon. Oh,
Yeah.
give me some bacon. That's what I want.
So yeah, the hardest thing about that is not eating carbs,
Yeah.
and sugars.
So no pasta.
Yeah. So it's not so much
No
the sugar.
lasagna for you.
But some people get crazy and they say like, "Yo, don't eat a banana," or "Don't eat corn," or like that's how crazy some people get about it. Which
You know what I want?
is
I want a
Asian
diet
things.
where all you can eat is Asian food. Cause I'm down, dude. I'm trying to get some chicken and gyoza, some chicken teriyaki bowls with spicy on the side,
Hell yeah.
some egg rolls, bro. I'm trying to
Damn.
live off that, bro.
Damn.
Give it to me.
How do they do it up there?
Fuck, I don't know. I'll eat the white rice is bomb as fuck, dude. I'm trying to go
Damn.
ham, little teriyaki sauce.
I crave like Asian food all the damn
I crave
time.
Asians
All the damn time.
food all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that keto stuff, my mom was on it and she lost, some good weight on that.
Really? So we got another success story.
She has the book, and I was
There's a
gonna,
book?
she has a book, and that's one of the books I bought off the Amazon when I went to the store over there.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, I'll make copies for him if he's really interested. Like, so if you want copies, let me know. I got you.
Well, I mean, there's with the internet. There's
I
so
mean,
much
you can
stuff
see
to
it
look
too,
at,
but yeah. But she has a recipe book and
No,
stuff.
recipe books are the
Oh,
shit.
that's what's up.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, but like to be honest, like, I feel like books are kind of like becoming more obsolete, which kind of sucks a little bit. But I feel like as far as recipes and stuff, I don't mind if you have a recipe binder or book and just have it like on your kitchen counter that you can look at. Like, I feel like you don't need a fucking computer or a phone for that. I feel like you can just walk over there, flip,
just fill in that page. Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like that's the one place where I don't think I would like
compromise for like an Amazon Kindle book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like I'd rather have a book with recipes than have to Google search or how to make this. Like, I don't know, I feel more comfortable doing it that way.
I'm the same way. Like, sometimes I feel like I want to write some notes down and shit, something I want to remember, and you can easily do it on your phone. But I feel like when you put it right down onto paper and pen and stuff, and you have that right there, it's just more real. You know?
You're a little more involved. You're using your hands a little bit more, and that's kind of what you're doing already when you're cooking or something like that.
Yeah, so I feel like, it's just kind of somewhat the same feeling for having your own actual, like, going off a book and stuff. You know, which is actually when you go into school, not all books are just on your laptop or on your tablet or something. They give you your books. You have to buy your books.
Now it is.
I'm sure there is, I'm sure there is options for it.
Actually,
but I bet you're going to want to have an actual book.
My brother's in school, and it's crazy. I remember when I was in high school, you had a big backpack lugging around these encyclopedias, and now
stopping at your locker between classes.
Yeah, you had to. And you only had 5 minutes, and you had to run across.
Everybody's leaving with that school with scoliosis. Their backs are all fucked.
I know, and now they have like a tablet and whatnot.
You know what's weird is I remember I signed up for a locker, and I had a locker for my whole high school.
Well, you had to. Everybody had.
Yeah. So the weird thing was I never, for some fucking reason, used it. I never used it. Whoever was my locker mate had that shit all to themselves all the years I was in high school.
Didn't they eventually just have it solo?
Like, no, it was by a year. So I think your freshman and sophomore year,
you had to share.
Your first 2 years you had to share. I think your first 3 years, and I think senior year might have been the only year where you had your own.
When we moved down
that's because you only had the short lockers. Yeah. The seniors had the short lockers.
That makes sense.
I never got the hang of those.
That same hall where they used to do the senior run or whatever. They stopped doing that on our year. I don't know if they did that. Did they?
Remember Rufus? He ran through naked.
Yeah. Of course, I remember. He fell down the stairs.
Yeah, that was funny.
I never saw it,
but naked.
But
yeah,
I heard about it. The legend.
You know that guy.
God rest his soul.
He's actually turned over a new leaf. I don't know if that's really podcast worthy, but he's actually been straight for a while.
I heard something about that. You know, he's trying to, because I talked to his sisters.
Yeah.
I see him here and there.
So he's been doing good. Like a guy like Rufus, you know, everybody that goes to high school has a guy like this, man. It's just crazy. Go out there, you know.
Everybody thought he would be in prison or a low life wouldn't come.
He could have been down that path for a while, but as of late, I mean, the last couple of years, at least since I've known, fucking doing great. So it's awesome. But yeah, he was naked in the hallways of school around everybody.
He had socks on. From what I
oh yeah, I think that was but yeah, so keto, that's a good thing. You know, I actually was gonna do that too. So, but yeah,
I'm thinking about doing
it, man.
That could be something to talk about in future podcasts. How's that working out? Fuck you! Don't ask me anything about fucking.
Yeah, you're all
give me my sugar on the edge.
I just bought like 2 packs of like freaking like sour gummy things, and they're like loaded with sugar. Or something.
Yeah, I know. It's so tough to avoid, but I'm thinking about doing it. I don't want to be that asshole. New Year's resolution 2018.
Oh, I gotta lose weight so I can be a better me.
Here's a good meme. Davito actually gave up soda for an entire year once.
Yeah,
I tried that, dude.
I considered doing beer as long as I could.
Fuck that.
That's easy.
And it's tough because I'm gonna be honest. That's on my plate. I was like, fuck. Can I see how long? Can I go like at least half of 2018 without a beer? I don't know.
Just
but
try.
I don't think I'm going to.
You should just make smaller goals. Like, first start off with, I don't know, a month or maybe like a couple of weeks. I don't know how hard it is for you.
I thought about just doing it.
But just try it here and there to see how it lasts. Like, I could do it for a month. Now let me try to do it again for another month.
Well, my whole thing is I just don't want to be hungover. And like.
Well, the thing is, dude, 2018 ain't gonna be. It's a whole new year. 2017, we haven't really gone out.
Yeah,
2016 was a very hungover year for you.
Yeah, it was.
We don't actually go out that often anymore, so you don't really have to.
I was peak/end 16. 17 has been a lot more calm. A couple hangovers, but definitely not as much. Definitely
not as
down.
bad as it used to be.
I thought about I still feel comfortable having a couple drinks on the podcast, which today we're drinking.
Sponsored by
Irish Death from Iron Horse. I wish.
Yeah, we're having that ice cold Irish Death,
which is a stout.
Dark smooth ale. Yeah.
But I figured I don't think drinking on the cast is that bad of a deal. Maybe, and I like watching Sounders games and Seahawks games, so I don't mind going to the bar and drinking. But I tell people this all the time. Lalo doesn't really experience this because he's an Eagles fan living in the Pacific Northwest. But when the Hawks were shitty as fuck, me and David used to go. And we can walk into any bar.
That's me, Rocha, by the way.
Oh, Rocha, that's right.
God damn it.
Well, both their names are David. Well, the Davids.
Yeah, I know. That's tough. But we used to
Ds.
be able to walk in any bar and have a drink.
Oh man, dude, remember that? Oh, there's one time we were sitting at a place called Bob's Burgers, and we were chilling, watching some football, drinking some alcohol, taking shots of tequila, getting a real big ass tab, and we leave and. The little tip of compensation for the waitress obviously was not satisfactory because she chased us out the building as we're leaving.
Oh, God.
Like, oh, thanks for this fucking tip after you guys rang up $100 bill on hard liquor and blah, blah. It was kind of funny.
Did she deserve a bigger one?
We're like, fuck off, yeah.
Dude, she was doing her job like it wasn't that busy, obviously, because the Hawks suck.
It wasn't that busy, but she got a tip regardless. Like, just because, what do you expect? A $20 tip? Fuck, suck a nut, dude. So, yeah.
The drinks are watered down anyway, so,
No, it was just kind of like, we had a decent-sized group, I remember. We had, I think 4 or 5 people.
Well, it was just me and you, man.
No, not that day.
When we left that day, yeah, it was
when
me and
left.
you. Me and you were sitting at that bar together by ourselves.
I don't think it was me. I think that day I think we might have had Castillo there.
Maybe, but he may have left before we actually took off.
Fuck, dude.
Because we went there a couple times with Julio. We had fucking Jesse and me and you there. A few different times.
I'll have to ask if they remember, because I thought we.
No,
had
they weren't there. I remember because we went back home and I was like, we went to my house and I was like, oh yeah, the fucking waitress Neva. She's all bitching. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking call. I'm gonna call and tell him off. I was like, what? All right, go for it, man. Have fun.
Oh.
She did.
Okay,
she did.
yeah, I remember that, but I was trying to just remember who all was there. Okay, well, fuck. But yeah, no, I do remember that day. I left there. I was pretty fucking drunk. I remember I wasn't driving. I remember I was not driving. That's because that was like, I was just like, I think I joked before I left, like, hey, I'm driving, let's go. And then it could have been a separate time, but I remember I was fucking smashed. And then and
Seahawks games, man.
And I said something about driving, and the waitress was like, he's not the one driving, because she knew that I was fucked up. She knew that I had the most drink out of anyone at that table. She's like, he's not driving. And I kind of looked over, and I was like, no, I'm not fucking driving.
Yeah.
Like, fuck no, I'm not. So I passed the keys to someone else. But
yeah,
that could have been a separate day.
Well, it was a couple different days, but
a lot of those days.
Seahawks games. This is before Seahawks started playing good.
That was back when you had to be drunk to watch the Seahawks play, and then you thought they were doing good. That's the only way you could be sold on who was our quarterback before Wilson?
It was Hasselbeck.
It was
Tavares Jackson.
No, it was Charlie Whitehurst.
No, it wasn't Whitehurst, really?
Yeah.
No,
it was.
No, I know we had Tavares Jackson.
It hadn't have been for very long, dude. If that's true.
Charlie Whitehurst took over.
Not very long.
Took over for a while. He took over half a season because someone wasn't doing as good.
Tavares Jackson was in there for a good.
I want to say it was Tavares Jackson because I remember, that was the first year of Pete. The first 2 seasons of Pete. I don't know how many people remember. They were not good.
They were 7-9.
They were not good. Once we lost Holmgren, who took us to the bowl, he was a great fucking coach. I kind of want to see him come back.
There was talk with the Browns coach and stuff.
But I think he's done.
I think he should be with the Browns. He's a good quarterback whisperer.
I think at this point he's done. He's happy, and I'm kind of glad that he came to Seattle and he got us excited about football for those couple of years with Alexander and Hasselbeck. But drinking. Alcohol.
I've only had one beer this last year.
Really? Just
Yeah, one.
What was it?
It was a Modelo at my 10-year high school reunion.
Out of all places.
Yeah, I needed it. We went
You
to.
needed it.
We ended
Of
up
all
after
places.
the reunion. A group of us decided to go to McGuire's first, and I've never been there. I've never been to a lot of bars here, and it was it was packed with white people, and it was like a whole bunch of Mexicans that came with us. So we're like, you know what? It was already packed, and people were looking at us. So we ended up going to oh God, what is it called?
Don't tell me no sports center.
What's the cafe next to Sports Center? Cafe Victoria.
Oh, Casa Victoria. Yeah, the
Oh,
Italian
yeah,
restaurant.
Casa
place?
Victoria.
Back.
Yeah, we went there, and
We've come full circle. We're back on the Italian food.
and I was just trying to get my nerves off, so I just ended up getting like one Modelo, and that was it. And boom. But in like the last 2 years, I'm pretty sure I've had less than 5 drinks.
That's
It's
pretty
a little-
crazy, man.
I think it's respectable that your one beer this year was a Modelo. And not like anything else good. Like Modelo's a good beer. So
You know, it's
I'll
yeah,
check
it's one of the smoother drinks to go down because I'm not a big beer guy, and I could drink if I want to. I just choose not to because I don't know what's the point for me. But yeah, one drink. Hopefully this next year, I might do 0. But there was that one drink that we saw, that clear one that we had in Seattle. You had, yeah,
Oh.
like that fruity one. You said it
Yeah.
was really good. It was like 8.7 or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot what it was called, like snail tooth or something.
yeah, Roach. We had this drink at Legion in Seattle. It was this beer. The ABV was 8.5, maybe something like that. And it was really fucking good, and it had this like fruity little taste to it. And I thought,
guava.
yeah,
I think that's
guava.
what got me. It was the guava because I'm a
And-
guava guy.
And it was a pretty smooth beer. So I think we'll have to try and track it down here on this side of
Did you
the.
say it was clear?
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's not.
it was.
It wasn't a beer,
It was a beer. It is a beer.
so it was
'cause,
like clear, like Bud Light clear.
A little bit.
I'm trying to remember it exactly because before that I already had two.
It was almost like
Dragon.
champagne-ish.
I had two
Okay.
Dragon's Tooths.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like champagne.
so
It's
like
kind of
a-
like a Stella. Somewhat.
Yeah, because they served it. They couldn't serve it in a full.
Because of the ABV or whatever,
the
right?
ABV. They didn't serve it in a full pint, but it was fucking good. And I remember at that point I was like, "Fuck!" And after I had my first sip, I looked over at Lalo and I was just like, "Dude, this is one of those dangerous beers." Like I straight up told him, I was like, "If David was here, like he'd probably pound this because like you couldn't taste."
He said it
like,
wasn't that
you
hard.
couldn't taste the 8.5.
Is that smooth, huh?
Yeah, it
It
was
was-
so smooth. It was a really good beer.
It's beer ready to fuck you
And
up.
I almost was tempted to have like, cause he offered me a sip. I was like,
Yeah, I told.
yeah, you take a sip, you know, try it out, you know, and see if you like it, and maybe you'll try it. Like, I really was on the fence. I was like, oh, I really want to sip out of it, but it's like, I'm trying to go pretty strong on that drink. So I was like, And we Ubered over there, so I didn't have to worry about driving or anything. But
Ooh, the Uber.
Which this was my first ever Uber experience.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
It wasn't too bad.
It was
Actually-
bad.
I
I
actually-
honestly was.
Really?
I honestly think it
What
was
kind
bad.
of fucking Uber experiences do you have that? Like I was like, dude, this is great.
There were two. They weren't like.
Talkative.
No, it was just like they were really like. They weren't talkative.
Which
They
I don't
weren't
mind.
really nice.
They were all right.
They were alright, like hi, and that was it. They didn't really
That's
talk
fine.
to you or anything.
That's absolutely fine.
The ones that I have been in, they had snacks.
Oh,
They had like you get water bottles and whatnot. They're like
Really?
take it. They didn't like they don't charge you for anything.
dude, fuck that. I
They
just need a
want the
ride.
5-star.
I don't give a fuck. Like I just need.
These guys were
28.
nice. There's nothing wrong with them, but I wish they were more of a. I was hoping for more of an experience.
So
Or
you.
when you
fine
become an
with that.
Uber driver, Lalo, you're
Next year.
putting out water bottles because
I had-
nuts.
Yeah, I had this whole business that I wanted to do.
Okay.
I can't do it yet, but in the next few months I'll be able to be qualified to do it. But when I was signing up and all this, I was going on Amazon. I was looking for water bottles. I was looking for label makers so I can make my own personal water bottles. You got to make,
God
you
damn.
got to make a little business for yourself. You got to
Fancy
be
stuff.
presentable.
3D
brand your
podcast.
shit.
It's easy stuff, like it's easy to promote yourself. That's how you get your 5 stars. That's how you get more drivers,
Do you want some 3D podcast like cards that you can also hand to people? 'Cause
I since we're doing this now, I mean, might as well promote us,
Yeah.
Follow us on 3D podcast at twitter.com,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But it's all this stuff is easy. You can buy like a whole big old case of water bottles, and you take off the labels and you put your own labels on it.
That's illegal.
Okay.
I don't know if it is. I just
It probably is. I don't know if it is or not, but have snacks.
Yeah.
Whatever, have a clean car. And as long as you drive safe and you have.
Yeah, and I think, oh man, that's kind of weird because like for me it was just to get point A to point B. So I don't care for the bells and whistles. I mean, I understand what they're going for the 5 stars but both the Ubers we took, it was just point A, point B, no snacks, no nothing like, and I didn't mind that. But I don't know. I guess if you want to go that extra reach and you want to have at least a little basket of water or something like that.
Well, just to at least give you a talk to you, These guys weren't really talkative. They were pretty quiet guys, which is great too.
That's also kind of fine with me sometimes too. Like sometimes I don't mind talking, just point A to point B, and I just don't want to talk. That's fine. But how about? Oh man, see now we're getting okay. So quickly, if like let's say it's one of these guys, do you put up a little piece of paper in the back of your seat saying, "Hey, hi, my name's whatever. If you want to have a conversation, say hi. Feel free to talk." Like
I've seen it.
That works for me.
I've seen it where they have their thing. If hey, you want to talk to me? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want to talk. If you don't want me to talk,
I think that's important. I think that's important because there's like guys where I don't mind conversating or not conversating. I really don't. Sometimes I prefer like a little bit not conversating, but it's like if the other person wants to say something but just doesn't know, you're like, yeah, slap a little fucking piece of paper on the back of your seat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but that was I didn't think it was too bad. We were just going point A, point B. And
oh yeah, they were.
I really didn't. I thought they were.
I'd probably rate them 5, but like I said, for your first experience, I would have hoped it would have been a little bit more pleasurable. I guess.
I thought it was pleasurable because I went. I arrived at where I wanted to at a reasonable time,
and we got like
that's
pretty
all
good. We got in and out at good locations. They didn't drop us off like from far from the entrance.
Yeah, so for me that was a good experience.
Yeah, that's how it usually works, and it's pretty cool. Going to a bigger city using Uber, it's really helpful. I mean, especially like when we left, you wanted to get a couple of drinks, and we could just instead of worry about getting a parking spot, if we could find parking or pay for parking. Go out as long as you wanted to, and if you wanted to get hammered or smoke or whatever. But it $5 to get back. It was late night. I was surprised about that price, and these guys were good.
Bottom line is, use Lyft, not Uber.
So Lyft is still in business then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they're doing well. I think more people probably shift over to Lyft, but Uber's got the one up with the Eats.
But who came first, the
Uber
or the Lyft?
Uber was like the first.
Oh shit!
There's a bunch of videos of like YouTube drivers pissed at Uber because they were hurting the taxi services.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dude, who wants to ride around those A1 fucking minivan taxis we got around town, dude?
They stink.
They're fucking driving by a crackhead, dude, and they're fucking. People they pick up homeless people in those fucking things all the time. So the quality of their vehicles is shit.
See, they don't rely on like feedback, so they could give you a shittier ride.
That's why they invented these things to give people more comfortable
and more
rides.
safer because the Uber app tracks you 10 minutes after you leave the car.
Yeah, because
they want to make sure you get to that venue. So people were kind of like, oh, why are you still tracking us when we left the Uber ride for after 10 minutes? Oh, you're trying to hack into our phones, blah blah blah. You're trying to cause security problems. For me, I kind of think it's kind of cool that, all right, these guys look like they're at their venue or wherever they need to be. The Uber driver didn't like kidnap them. You know what I mean? It's more of a safety thing, and I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm for it as well. And actually, I'm kind of glad they do that. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why someone
there was a big controversy over that.
No, I think they should do that. They shouldn't fuck around and change that. That sounds like a really good feature.
Especially like say you get dropped off in a shady alley and you end up missing after you get dropped off. You know what I mean? It'll help pinpoint what happened, where you went if you get kidnapped. So, it works out.
Shout out to Uber. 2 podcasts in a row.
Right. Uber is the shit.
Have you taken it? You took it right when you were in...
Where was I?
In freaking... the Patriots?
Where was I?
Boston?
Yeah, I was in Boston, guys.
Boston. That's right.
No, I took a few different Ubers.
How was your experience?
There was no water bottles or snacks.
How was your experience?
Well, it was good. Also, well, basically, the first place we went to sit down and have a drink and stuff, the bartender like hooked us up with like a coupon or something, like a refer a friend type thing.
Yeah,
so it was cheaper or free or something like that for our first ride.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. And then there's this another feature they had where it's like a ride, you like it's like a group pickup. Like they'll pick up you, and then they'll pick up somebody else, and then they'll take that somebody else there.
It's a pool.
Yeah, it's a
ride.
Pool. Yeah,
pool ride.
So I mean that was
Pool
cool.
share.
We were sitting there in the back and next to these white girls, and like the one I was sitting next to was pretty cool. Like me being a big fucking scary looking Mexican dude that's fucking in Boston, and there's no big scary Mexican guys in Boston. Okay,
except for Mac.
No, there's nobody over there that looks like that.
The defensive coordinator.
You could see me from a mile away, and people be like, "Whoa, that's kind of strange." And I was looked at like that all the time when I was over there, mind you. But the girl I was sitting next to, I was by the door, and she was in between me, or right next to me, or whatever. She kept asking me questions. Oh, how you guys doing? Blah 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 blah. I was like surprised. Wow, that's pretty good. Can you stop talking to me now?
She was probably on coke.
Yeah, usually when you choose that, because you have different options of Uber drivers. If you pick that pool share, most of the people that pick it are actually people that are really, they get along with everybody. You know, like they're not like the secluded, like fuck me, like don't look at me, stay away on that side. They're more of the like, hey, let's communicate. You know.
Yeah, well, so I was kind of thrown off a little bit by that.
It's more like a party wagon.
That's pretty cool, it was all right. I mean, we got to our destinations, and that was the end of it.
So yeah, Uber, man. You guys, if you haven't tried it, try it if you want.
Yeah. Fuck Uber.
All right. Well,
you guys, you know what? We created Twitter, we created Instagram, and there's not very much on it right now. But anybody that's listening that's interested on being updated with anything 3D Podcast is doing, you could probably check us out on 3D_podcast on either Twitter or Instagram.
Follow us, like us, favorite us, retweet us,
and
send us nudes.
The accounts have not hardly been touched so far. It's pretty new accounts, so I mean,
for me, it's about. I think I did tweet out once, but it's just getting more comfortable with Twitter and feedback and back and forth. So I think I'm the more comfortable I get, the more active I'll get.
There'll be more updates. Like, for example, I'm still going to eat that habanero. There might be a little clip on Instagram of me fucking coughing my brains out or something.
There will be. We'll put them on all social.
We have an Instagram up and running?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
3D_podcast.
Okay. We really want to make these like an hour long.
Yep.
So we're reaching that point. I don't know if we want to just try and talk about this on this, or maybe make a short. I kind of wanted to get a take on your guys' recent kind of gaming conflict with whether microtransactions are gambling or not.
So he's talking about like the crate boxes you get in games. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
You're gambling because
you had something like that.
Because technically you don't know what you're getting in a crate, and you're kind of like. Supposedly, I'm doing air quotes here.
Yeah,
gambling.
Like slots.
Okay, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, yes.
So
the item that you get out of this crate that you
don't
paid
know what it
money
is.
for to open, it could potentially be something worth $300 inside of it. Yeah. Or it could be worth $2 or $5.
Yeah.
It's like scratch tickets.
Yep.
You're buying it, you're scratching it, and if you win, you win. You lose, you lose. So yes, those little microtransactions, I think, are kind of like gambling.
So, and it's illegal here in Washington to do online gambling. So that's what
for me personally, because I like to play Overwatch, the best example is Overwatch. So if I pay Overwatch $10 for 12 crates, is that considered gambling? Because I don't know what's going to come in that crate. I just know that I'm buying these.
Does the item inside that crate have a resale value on another website?
No, but here's the thing. I love Rocket League. And I still play it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Rocket League has this feature where they will show you, I think they actually show you what's in the box, but you just have to, like, use a card to unlock what's in the box, in the crates. I haven't done it because I don't want to spend money on it. But I feel like with Overwatch, it's more of a gamble. I don't know what I'm going to get. So that's the intrigue. That's the suspense. That's the going to the slot machine and pulling the lever that doesn't exist anymore. Now it's a button. But with Rocket League is like, oh, the items in this crate are pretty cool. Let me buy some keys and let me buy that one, and I'll save my keys.
So you will get all those items that are listed, or maybe some of those.
No,
items?
to be honest, to defend myself and Rocket League, I've never bought anything off them. Like as far as crates go, I did buy like the Back to the Future.
Nice
car.
The
DeLorean.
DMC. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
I bought one pack like that too.
Yeah. So see that I knew what I was getting. It was DLC, but then they launched the crates. So I don't know, but it looks like they show you what's in the crates before you decide. Oh, okay, let me go buy a key because that crate looks pretty fucking.
But that's
cool.
the thing. Is what they're showing you? That's exactly what you're gonna get.
I'm
or
assuming,
you're gonna get a list of this.
I'm assuming
This is how PUBG does it.
Okay.
There's a crate, and then you click on it and it shows you, oh, you can get this, or this, and this out of that crate, and the top items appear are worth like $200-$300, and then the value of the items are not so expensive because the rarity changes.
Right.
So just because you're gonna buy it doesn't mean you're gonna fucking get that item. It's gonna be random out of all those low level things. I don't know if that's what you're trying to say with Rocket League or whatever.
The problem is I've never bought anything off Rocket League.
So he doesn't know.
I don't know how it works, but from what I've seen is I clicked on a crate before, and I see all these fancy shiny skins, and I'm just like, oh damn, those look pretty cool. I'm not gonna spend $2.
Yeah,
to get it.
and I don't think that's guaranteed that you're gonna get one of them. You might get one.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I did during October. They had a Halloween deal, and you would unlock. They would give you like 5 pumpkins or something like that. I forgot what it was, something like that. And then it was like a little lever, and then you would unlock out of all these items in this loot crate. You would unlock like I think one thing, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the same thing as
a lot of games have the exact same system.
I think that's what it was.
I played Black Desert Online. You get these crates or something. Not that you have to pay for those ones, but they list what's inside are possibilities.
Yeah.
So whether you're using your points or whatever that you earn in game or whatever,
yeah,
you get whatever you get. You're not gonna get the best thing.
So this was my intrigue on it, and I remember I talked to a friend on PlayStation 4 about it. So if that's considered gambling, which I kind of do consider gambling.
I think so. I think it is.
Would you consider going to your local Target, Walmart, buying a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, knowing that you're gonna have maybe some good cards, maybe not so much, or maybe like some cheap? Would you consider that going in there paying $5 for your 7 cards or whatever they come
your
in
starter pack? Yeah,
it is. It's a gamble.
That's true.
So,
because you can go online to eBay and buy exactly the card you want. So that's not a gamble.
Okay.
I get that.
Would you allow your child under 18 years, which I guess that's a law,
yep,
right?
I would.
So
because they want to. That's their hobby. But so they're making it okay for these kids to gamble.
So it's okay. That's good. I like that you said that. All right, anyone buying a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards is kind of gambling.
Yeah, and because they know that you can get complete crap out of that pack of cards, or you can hit the jackpot and have a $50 card behind there. You don't buy just one pack of cards.
On a side note, I felt like playing the Final Fantasy card game, so let me know if you're ever interested.
Is that an actual card game, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
no,
I'll show you after we're off the cast. I want to try it out. I really want to try it out.
Yeah. I'm
so
down.
for
I like
me,
card games.
for example, is I buy that 6-pack of Airheads, and they have that one mystery flavor.
Yeah, that's
because I don't do the cards and stuff. So for my example, I'm gonna go with candy. I don't really eat candy, but Airheads, they have that one mystery flavor.
Remember when Doritos was doing that?
Oh yeah, they had that one. Yeah,
they need to do that, and I think we could actually make an episode out of something like that.
I think we should just buy everything that has mystery in it, and we'll just do a whole thing of what it is.
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
That's straight up gambling. Now that I'm actually thinking,
everything's gambling.
It's like you have $20 and you can get $20 worth of cards and hoping for a bigger outcome. It's the same thing. You go to the casino, you have $20 and you're hoping to win jackpots every time. It's the same exact thing.
And
go to the store, buy cards.
That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. And I actually wanted to bring it up earlier, but I just remembered about it here at the tail end. But and that's been a recent thing in the gaming industry, and it's becoming a little big thing. And I don't know what really kind of got that going, but then the whole EA deal. I think EA really helped push that with Battlefront. Battlefront, essentially, I don't know too much about it because I was pissed off from what I read instead of actually doing research, was going to be a pay to win for Battlefront.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
So it's like it's a fun game, and from what I saw, the first game looked really.
it was
fun.
good. It was pretty fun.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this. But then the internet got mad, so I'm just like, I'm mad too. I didn't like look up too much.
Yeah, that's the thing with this world, man. Anything that you read on the internet that it has a big following towards it or something, or even just a medium-sized following,
If
that's
influences
it.
you,
It's game over. It changes your whole thought process and without experiencing yourself. But you know what, guys? I think that's probably another 3D podcast, right?
Yeah. I think that's safe. I think
The 3D
we can
production.
make a little bit more podcast elaborating.
so
on
tweet
stuff
us
like
your thoughts on, is it illegal? Is it gambling or not? Let us know.
Yeah, if anybody has interest to follow, it's like I said, there's 3D_podcast on
Yeah.
Twitter or Instagram.
we topic. I mean, obviously we talk a lot about sports, but we're also gamers. We also love food.
And
We're fat asses.
alcoholics.
We're
That too.
we're porn aficionados as well. So.
Yes.
Oh, support net neutrality. Go out
Yes,
and
yes.
Yeah.
harass yourself.
We're for hashtag net neutrality.
Net neutrality is important.
Hashtag not her. Hashtag I'm with her. Hashtag Weinstein. Hashtag
Philip DeFranco for the win.
Jesus Christ! All right, there's too many hashtags.
What is that? What kind of beer is that? I forgot.
Oh, Irish death.
Irish death.
Hashtag Irish death.
Hashtag support Lyft and Uber because they're keeping your sorry asses out of jail for not drinking and driving.
Hashtag Go Sounders League 2.
Oh, that's right.
Thursday, right?
Thursday. Soccer fans.
Hashtag Thursday.
All right. Okay, so this
Rocha out.
Davido, I'm done.
Hashtag Lalo. Peace.
Catch you guys later.
Hashtag love.
Yes.